Do you by chance remember the name Johnny Favorite?
Lionsgate Entertainment presents.
What is it that you guys want from me?
Find out if he's alive or if he's dead.
The most original and terrifying film of a generation.
That guy was bad luck, and it's starting to rub off on me. I'm a murder suspect already in 2 cases.
A modern classic of supernatural suspense and eroticism. Angel Heart.
You must be careful, Mr. Angel.
Johnny's running around bumping off everyone he used to know.
Mickey Rourke.
I'm being set up.
Robert De Niro.
Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Lisa Bonet.
Johnny Favorite was as close to true evil as she ever wanted to come.
Charlotte Rampling.
Who are you?
I'm just a guy who was paid to snoop around.
He was very powerful. He sold his soul.
You gotta burn for this, Angel.
In hell.
Angel Heart.
Welcome to the latest episode of the B Movie Club. I'm your host, Kevin. With me occasionally is Aaron. We are going to be doing that classic film of the 80s.
I have to call it a Thanksgiving classic.
It is often watched traditionally during Thanksgiving. Angel Heart, starring Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, young Lisa Bonet. It's an all-star cast.
Indeed. Is there anybody else? Not that we care.
Not that I can think of. For those of you joining us for the first time each week at the B Movie Club, we discuss certain guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the past. So go ahead and go to our page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club. Give us the thumbs up. Go to our page on YouTube at KD9575 and hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the B Movie Club. Now, do you have a Twitter? Would you like to share your Twitter?
What is my Twitter? It's either Queen Erin or
Sassy Sadie.
No,
or...
Snarky Sadie, I think it is. I can't remember. And we should also point out that we are simultaneously periscoping, and so I'm confused because I keep not sure where I should be looking.
It's a hard
I keep staring at my phone and when I should be staring at the video camera. Also, some hater just posted Angel Heart sucks. So
that's
clearly these are our fan base.
Good times had by all. So why don't we just jump right in, get to it?
First of all, Angel Heart is a freaking-tastic movie. I don't know who said it sucked because they were clearly crazy. Angel Heart, first of all, Mickey Rourke in his prime.
In the height of his powers.
Height of his power. So young, so vulnerable. But in this movie, unintentionally evil, amnesia evil, I don't know.
In the 80s, Mickey Rourke always had the same hairstyle. No matter what the period, the 50s, the 40s, the 80s.
You're flipping the dial, you don't know. Is it Diner? Is it Rumblefish? Is it Angel Heart? I don't know. Is it 9.5 weeks? Although I never saw that.
Yeah. So you say. Okay, so what is the plot of Angel Heart?
Okay.
Without spoiling anything.
So this guy, what's his name? Because you're always better at names.
His name is Harry Angel.
Harry Angel is a detective.
Private eye.
Yeah, a private detective in New York. Where is he? Brooklyn, Bronx, something?
Like
whatever.
One of the boroughs.
One of the boroughs. A borough that is as dark and wet as apparently New Orleans. It's one of these movies where it's always just dark and wet and impressive.
It's a period piece. It's the 50s, right?
Okay. Is it?
Take my word for it.
It's hard to tell with Mickey Rourke because he wears pretty much the same outfits.
Pretty standard operating procedure.
Yeah, I would say so. So he gets contacted by this attorney who has a client that would like to, hire him for a little investigation. They're looking for a guy. What was his name? Johnny Favorite?
Johnny Favorite. He was a crooner from the 30s.
Yes,
right?
I believe so, from the 30s.
And he made a deal with this guy. What was his name again?
Louis Cypher. Oh, and here's a plug. Hopefully we get some sponsorship. My cousin showed me this. This is a bottle of Louis Cypher wine from the Cypher winery in, was it Paso Robles?
He prefers the French pronunciation.
Angel Heart does.
Well,
I mean, Mr. Angel.
he says, I'm Louis Cypher. However, Harry Angel always calls him Louis Cypher or something like that. Cypher.
See,
Throws a
because
little
I thought
stank on
old
it.
Louis kept correcting him, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's a complicated plot
All
already.
right, well, this
as
is
you can see.
debatable.
So he made a deal with this guy, and he skipped out on the deal. So he's hiring Harry Angel to track this guy down.
Right,
Right? Okay.
And as he does research, he realizes that at some point, he tracked him down to, what, a mental hospital?
After the war, he was shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Right? He was in World War II. He was shell-shocked, so he was bandaged up in this mental hospital for so over many years.
Exactly.
However, when Mr. Cypher, or whatever his name is, tried to go to the mental hospital to find out what the story is, wasn't there, and it looked like he hadn't been there for quite some time.
The documentation seemed a little questionable.
A little questionable. Actually, Harry Angel walks in there and says, hey, this was signed with a ballpoint pen. However, there were no ballpoint pens in 1942.
That is correct. And now I'm getting a little of my memory back.
Please.
Mr. Cypher hired Mr. Angel just to find out if this guy is still alive. Really, that's all he wants to know. Is this guy still alive?
What's the story?
It seems very straightforward, but unfortunately, horrible things keep happening to anyone that Mr. Angel questions.
Right. Anybody, the doctor who forged the documents, he finally spills the beans on some information. Next scene,
Blammo!
spoiler alert. Oh yeah, that's true. It
Yeah.
wasn't this.
It wasn't this.
It was.
It was this, and it just seems to happen like right after Mr. Angel talks to him.
It's a bizarre coincidence.
It is a
to say
bizarre
the
thing.
least. There's some bizarre subplot of he's got a socialite fiance, right?
Yep.
But he also has a secret
Johnny
love.
Favorite.
Johnny Favorite does, sorry. Johnny Favorite has a secret socialite love.
From New Orleans.
Right, and there's also a secret love who's like a voodoo woman,
Yes.
Proudfoot, Evangeline Proudfoot.
Evangeline Proudfoot, African American voodoo priestess.
There's also a woman who worked the carnival named Madame Zola.
Madame Zola. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery how you can follow the plot, I think is what the story is. Oh, that's a shot. That's a shot. Good times. I don't know how much further we should go at the risk of revealing.
All I can tell you is it's pretty graphic.
There's a lot of gore.
But it's
blood.
one of these movies where you're like, what's going on?
It's a psychological thriller.
It's a psychological thriller, and it really keeps you on your toes because you're like, oh, dude. I mean, he meets with old Louis Cypher later on, and he's like, hey, you know, there's a lot of people dying. I think he almost tried to back out of the job.
Tried to bail because he was going to be the suspect of these murders. He's like, whoa, somebody's trying to set me up. I'm out. And Louis Cypher says, hey, I'll give you $5 grand
I'll give you
and $1952, which is a lot.
That's a house. That's a house back in the old days.
If you just stick with it, and he's like, okay, I'm a down on my luck private detective. I don't know what that impression is. I'm in. So
Yeah.
he's in. But, okay, so who plays what roles? What are who?
A beautiful, beautiful Mickey Rourke plays Harry Angel.
Harry Angel, the PI, that's right.
And quite frankly, Robert De Niro looking really good as
Yep.
Mr. Louis Cypher.
Yep, that's Bobby D.
Bobby D, as his friends call him.
And you see a surprise appearance by young Lisa Bonet, fresh off the Cosby Show.
Fresh off the Cosby Show, because this little girl got her ass fired.
Yeah, because of this role specifically.
She wanted to get out of that contract, so I guess appearing full buck naked. I think was she even a minor still?
She was 19, but in the movie
Okay.
she was playing a 17-year-old.
Yeah. But so basically, if you want to get off the Cosby Show, because that's a show of deep morals.
Yes.
As we
we
learned.
all know.
You just have to, show your boobs to Mickey Rourke, and you're out of
And
your
the rest
contract.
of the world,
And the rest of the world,
It
yeah.
wasn't just Mickey Rourke. It wasn't like behind a dumpster or something.
Was this pre Mrs. Kravitz?
What's Mrs. Kravitz?
Lenny
Oh,
Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. That's true. They were together. I think this was definitely pre. I think, because he sang, "It ain't over till it's over." You remember that one?
No.
That was written to Lisa Bonet. That's neither here nor there.
Oh, wait a minute. It ain't over till it's over.
Right. 'Cause baby, it ain't over till it's over.
Oh, now it's gonna have a taint on it. I don't want to
Okay.
imagine Lisa Bonet.
Anyway, so
All right.
that's good times. So this was a book originally
I
from,
didn't know
from
that.
1972-ish, and it was called Falling Angel. So it was kind of a
It was
play
falling
on
fast,
words.
my friend.
Okay, so they got the script. It had to be written a few times, changed it up. Originally, it just takes place in New York. They rewrote it so that half the movie now takes place in New Orleans. It was actually the author who suggested that. The director, his name was Alan Parker, came in, directed, did a lot of fancy stuff. He said, and this is interesting, that Robert De Niro's performance as Louis Cypher was so creepy, he basically avoided him as much as he could and just let him direct himself.
He did. He had his hair like all pulled back in this long ponytail. He had these long fingernails. In one scene, he's sitting there like peeling an egg, which seems like a normal thing.
Yep.
But the way Robert De Niro does it is just super creepy.
It's very, very creepy. And Robert De Niro later came out and said his performance as Louis Cypher was just, he was impersonating Martin Scorsese. So
I
there
think
you
that's
go.
hysterical because if you watch Angel Heart and if you've seen anything that Martin Scorsese is in, you're like, hey, that's right. That's right. I like that. Robert De Niro was pretty good. I mean,
was
it's a very
outstanding.
low key role. He just talks very quietly during the whole thing.
Right.
It's very good.
It was
very
good.
I mean,
Understated.
I just want to say that I've seen this movie like at least 6 times throughout the years.
It's a classic.
And it's a great movie. It really keeps you on edge. You're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yep.
Who is killing all these people? And then, like an M. Night Shyamalan, well, at least in his one good movie, there's a great twist at the end.
All of his movies have twists. There's only one that's great, though.
Yeah, well, that's so.
Womp
That's
womp.
so. Womp womp.
This movie basically broke even at the box office. It wasn't a huge hit, but it did develop a cult following, and the critics loved it. Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, so that's something.
You know, it's really one of those, back in the day when you go to Blockbuster, you rent like 3 VHSs, that's how I discovered this. It was on, like, we had like a friend over for the weekend, so we had like the movie marathons, we popped it in and was like, woo, lucky.
And this, like we said, this is the height of Mickey Rourke's popularity. A few more movies after this, not so much. He had some horrible plastic surgery, and it went all downhill from
The
there.
boxing, so many people self-destructive, but
It's very sad. Sad story. This movie currently has a 78% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe a little low. Although, like I've said, the plot's a little convoluted.
I don't understand this Rotten Tomatoes because 78% fresh, this is our back and forth dialogue
Yes,
now.
please.
I mean, they have rated so many other movies. Who are these people at Rotten Tomatoes?
78%.
I know what that means.
Okay, so
I want
what's
to
your
know
question?
who are the people at Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not the Rotten Tomatoes. They don't do it. They basically go and they aggregate all the critics.
There's like the
and
middleman.
right. They tally up what are the positive reviews and what are the negative reviews.
Yeah, but what level critics? I mean, is it the Palm Desert?
It could be the Palm
Hill
Desert leaflet.
paper, or
Absolutely.
is it
Absolutely.
just the top papers?
Well, there's 2 different versions since we're going into this deep.
All right, let's go
There's
deep.
Just,
We're going
there's
deep.
just
Deep
regular
cuts.
Rotten Tomatoes. Then you can click on top critics, which is like New York Times, Chicago Tribune, but the top of the top, Entertainment Weekly. Those people. See, sometimes
So what is the 78%? Did you
just
just
the
go?
re- just
you
the
just
regular
go
old.
with the
I just go with the regular old.
with
If
the
you got a
Lake
blog-
Arrowhead Sentinel?
Absolutely, Lake Arrowhead. the Penny Saver.
The Penny Saver.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Good times, have by all.
All right.
So it is still streaming instantly on Netflix. Rush out, let us know what you think. Any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, or questions, and we may just talk about it on the show.
Who is the director?
His name is Alan Parker.
Oh, Alan
You know him,
Parker.
don't you?
Well, I know the name. What else did he direct?
I don't
big
know.
stuff. No, he directed some big crap
I'm sure.
though
Birdie?
back in the day.
Birdie?
Yeah,
Is that
no.
something?
Come on.
Nothing. I don't know.
What is that from the 70s?
He directed some stuff. I could do some research, but that isn't this kind of show.
Yeah,
okay?
maybe not.
No can do.
I can't go for that. No. no can do.
Next week, we're going to be doing the action movie.
What?
Sylvester Stallone's
Action
classic.
Jackson?
Antonio Banderas.
They were in a movie
They
together?
were. It was called Assassins.
I've never heard of
This
this.
is a real movie?
Direct to video?
No?
What did it gross?
I don't know.
What is the Rotten Tomato review?
Probably not very good, I imagine. Julianne Moore is also in this one, so check that one out. It is also streaming instantly on Netflix. Don't forget to go to our page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club.
And don't forget to check out the Lewis Cipher wine from Cipher Winery.
One of us has really been checking it out.
You can send your check right over here.
Good times. Don't forget to go to our page on YouTube, Original B Movie Club. That's not correct. Go ahead and go to our page on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @the B Movie Club.
Hey, and if you want, you may follow me on Twitter. Snarky Sadie or Queen Aaron. I don't remember what the hell it is.
It's hard to know. As you know, I end every episode with a totally out of context quote. And here it is. No matter how deftly you sneak up on a mirror, your reflection always looks straight back at you.
That's deep.
He also said, alas, that wisdom, something. I don't remember.
He also said, "You're Johnny Favorite, you son of a bitch."
I don't remember that line.
That might have been paraphrased.
That's okay. So thank you for joining us. Next week, Assassins. Be well. And thank you to Aaron, who's joining us.
Live long and prosper.